Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to be teaching you basic crochet techniques and we're going to be using that knowledge to make these cute kissing well keychains. Look how cute they are! Timestamps will be linked down below so you can always reference this video if you ever need a refresher on a certain technique. And I'll also be linking the materials I use. Alrighty, let's get started. First, we're going to make a magic ring. You're going to take one end and cross it over the working yarn in your non-dominant hand. Next, with your dominant hand, put your index finger and thumb into the loop and pull from the working yarn to create a second loop. Get your hook and put it through the second loop. Your non-dominant hand will hold the working yarn. I have the yarn over my pinky, under my two middle fingers, and over my index finger. This helps with managing the tension of the yarn. Hold your piece with your thumb and middle fingers. Yarn over your hook and pull through. You've completed the prep for your magic ring. Now we'll learn how to make some single crochet. Put your hook inside the main loop, yarn over, and pull through. You'll have two loops on your hook now. Yarn over and pull through again. Repeat this step 5 more times. Once you're done, pull the tail to close up your magic ring. You can always go back anytime and count your stitches to make sure you have the correct amount. We just finished round 1, so place a stitch marker on the last stitch to mark the end of the first round. For round 2, we'll be making increased stitches, which just means there's 2 single crochets in 1 stitch. So put your hook in the first stitch we made, yarn over, and pull through. Yarn over again, and pull through. Make another single crochet in the same stitch. This counts as 1 increase. Repeat these steps 5 more times. You'll have a total of 12 stitches at the end of this round. For round 3, we're going to make 1 single crochet and 1 increase 6 times. So you're going to put your hook in the first stitch, make a single crochet, and then the next stitch after that, you're going to make 2 single crochets. Repeat these steps 5 more times. You'll have a total of 18 stitches for the end of the 3rd round. For round 4, we're going to make 2 single crochets and 1 increase. So make 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and then another single crochet in the stitch after that, and then in the 3rd stitch, you're going to make 2 single crochets. Repeat this step 5 more times, and you'll have a total of 24 stitches at the end of the 4th round. For rounds 5 and 6, you're just going to single crochet all around for a total of 24 stitches at the end of each round. This is how you can go back and count what row you're on by following the grooves of your piece. Alright, moving on to round 7. This is when we're going to make the fin and tail. Start by making 5 single crochets. When you're looking at a stitch, you'll see there are 2 loops. For the thick stitch, we're going to be crocheting in the front loop only. So make 1 single crochet in the front loop, and then you're going to chain 2. To make a chain, you yarn over and pull through, and yarn over again and pull through. Next, we're going to make 1/2 double crochet. To make this stitch, first you yarn over and then put your hook through the second stitch from your hook. Yarn over again and pull through. You'll have a total of 3 loops on your hook. Then you'll yarn over and then pull through all 3 loops. Lastly, you'll make a slip stitch. Put your hook in the same front loop that we initially started the sequence in. Yarn over and then pull through both loops. And you've completed your first fin. Next, make 11 single crochets, and then we're going to repeat those steps for the second fin. In the front loop only, make a single crochet, chain 2, and then make a 1/2 double crochet in the second stitch from your hook, and then slip stitch into the same stitch that you started in. Now make 5 more single crochets, and then we're going to be making the tail. In the front loop only, make a single crochet, and then this time you're going to chain 4. Starting in the second stitch from your hook, make 1 single crochet, then in the next one make another single crochet, and in the third one make another single crochet. Slip stitch in the same stitch that you're working on. Make sure to go through the front loop only and repeat the same steps that we just made. So chain 4, and then make 3 single crochets down the chain. Lastly, make a slip stitch into the same stitch. Moving on to the face, grab your 2 plastic eyes and washers, locate where your fins are, and place the eye 3 stitches from the fin. The eyes should be between rows 6 and 7 with 7 stitches in between them. Now take the washers and secure up your eyes. Alright, so for round 8, make 1 single crochet in the back loop only with your first color. Then take out your hook and put your hook through the front loops like so. Take your second color and put the yarn on the hook and pull through the 2 loops. Now the second color is going to be your working yarn. Continue making single crochets in the back loop only for round 8. Now put your hook through the second stitch, place the 2 tails over your hook, yarn over and pull through, and yarn over again and pull through. This technique allows you to tuck away the tails without needing to worry about it later. Continue these steps for the next 2 or 3 stitches so that the tails are securely tucked in. After about 3 to 4 single crochets, flip your wheel around and pull on the tails to secure them. When you get to the fin, fold it down and then you'll see the back loop of the stitch that we crocheted in earlier. Now you can continue making single crochets for the rest of the round. For the next fin, fold it down and you'll see the back loop of that stitch as well. Alright, now we're going to start decreasing in round 9. Make a single crochet in the next stitch and then use your hook to grab the front loop only of the next 2 stitches. Yarn over and pull through. Now you'll have 2 loops on your hook. This is called an invisible decrease. It's mainly used for amigurumi so that you don't see holes in your project. Make a single crochet in the next stitch and then decrease again. Put your hook inside the front loops only of the next 2 stitches. Yarn over and pull through, and yarn over and pull through again. Now repeat this step 6 more times and you'll have a total of 16 stitches for this round. After you completed this round, you can cut the previous color and tuck the tails inside. We're going to be adding polyfill in the next step. Get some polyfill and stuff the whale firmly. You can also adjust the eyes too because they tend to be a little bit wonky after you stuff them, so adjust it according to your preference. In the first whale, it doesn't really matter which direction the magnet goes, but if you're making the second whale now, put the second magnet onto the first whale and then make sure it goes into the second whale in the right direction so that later on the two whales can kiss. Add a second magnet so that the inside magnet stays in place while you finish up the whale. And then add some more stuffing to secure the magnet down. This step is optional. You can also add some hot glue, but I found that it weakens the magnetic connection a little bit because there's another layer that the magnet needs to go through. Test out your whales and they should be kissing. Alright, so for round 10, we're going to be making decrease stitches all the way around, and you'll have a total of 8 stitches at the end. Put your hook through the front loop only of the next 2 stitches, yarn over and pull through, and then yarn over and pull through again. After you're done, leave a long tail for sewing. Add a little bit more polyfill if you want, and we're going to close up our amigurumi. Weave the tail through a tapestry needle, and then you're going to weave the tail through the front loop only of every stitch. After you're done, you're going to pull the tail and then the amigurumi should close. Next, we're going to finish off our amigurumi. So you're going to go through a stitch, wrap the tail over your needle, and then pull through. That will be your first knot. Repeat that step so that we make 2 knots. Now weave the tail through the bottom of the whale out to the top. Cut the tail and then push the excess inside the whale. First, we're going to make a slip knot. Grab one end and cross it over the working yarn. Then use your index finger and thumb to pull the working yarn through. Grab your hook and then tighten up the knot by pulling on your working yarn. Yarn over your hook, pull through. You just created a chain. Repeat that step 3 more times to make a total of 4 chains. Now in the second stitch from your hook, make a single crochet, and then in the next stitch, make another single crochet. In the last stitch of that chain, make 5 half double crochets. Next, you're gonna make 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and then 5 half double crochets again in the next stitch after that. After you're done, leave a long tail to sew. Put your tail through the needle, and then we're going to weave it through the middle stitches. Wrap the tail over the center 3 times. You're going to pull on the tail slightly while you're doing this step. After that, secure the bow by tying the tails together. Make sure to always do a double knot. Moving on to the next step, we're going to be attaching the bow to our whale. With the whale facing you, weave the tail of your bow through the top rows of your whale. Now grab a stitch behind the bow, pull the tail through, and then grab another stitch on the other side of the bow and pull through. Weave through the whale's head again. Tie the tails and weave them inside the whale. Here's a tip I use: if your tails are too short, put the needle through the whale first and then put the tails through the needle. Then push the needle through. Cut the tails and then hide them inside the whale. Now get your pliers and jump ring and place it behind the bow. And add your keychain ring. Close up your jump ring, and this is an optional step. You can also add a keychain hook. I'm going to be using the heart today. Alright, to add some finishing touches, take out your makeup and add some blush to the whale. And you're done!